Good morning, and we will call to order the March 14th meeting of the Oklahoma City Post-Employment Benefits Trust. And the first item that we have on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the February 8th meeting. Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Next item is receive the monthly investment flash report, and we don't have Doug here this morning to present the information, so if there's any questions on that, you can either ask us now, or we would be glad to get with Doug and get information or get a response back to any questions. Are there any questions on the report? Other than we'd like for it to be more positive? All right, I take an item a motion to receive the monthly investment flash report. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Next item is approve the business associates agreement between the MFA, CARE-ATC, the City of Oklahoma City, and Opebt Trust. And basically my understanding of this is that it covers some requirements that we have with HIPAA on the protection of patient information in case they have become aware of or have information that it falls under HIPAA protection. Likewise with us, if we have that information. And so it's just making sure that we have all the required agreements to protect the patient's information.
I'll move the item.
Second, but I have a question.
Okay.
This is the so-called free clinic?
That's right.
Is the city's clinic for employees and non-Medicare retired.
I'll renew, my question is only slightly off point. I'll renew my question on making any progress in extending coverage to those who are on Medicare.
We are not prepared at this point to yet extend coverage to those who are covered by Medicare.
And while I am fully in support of the concept, and as I've said before, I wish that this had been around when I was, still working. This may sound harsh. I think we are indentured to protect the investment for retirement of all employees. And until those on Medicare are able to enjoy this benefit, I think we are not doing what we are indentured to do.
I think that, one issue that I would say, my perspective on it, one is that we are providing all of the health benefits that we've agreed to provide and ensure that we have, protecting the funds to ensure that we can do that in the future. This is an added benefit that has been incorporated. It's something currently that the Opebt Trust is not paying into, and so we don't have any payment that's going into this at this point. The MFA is paying the full cost of this at this time, and the intent is that we'll pay that initially to try to see if we're getting the results that we anticipate to help lower costs in other areas. But that would be my sense on that, is that we are still providing the same level of benefit or that we were providing before. We haven't changed anything on the benefits that we were making available before. It's just an added opportunity with this clinic.
Well, perhaps I misunderstood, but I believe we did, my recollection was that we did vote for funding for the clinic some months ago. Did we not?
I don't recall if the funding was voted for. It very well may have been, but the Opebt Trust has not been billed at this time. It's not been invoiced for those services.
Do we have that? You remind me, I may be off on that. I want to make sure I'm not. Are we paying anything on that at this point? Okay.
So to confirm what Chairman Freeman has said, the Opebt Trust has not been invoiced for any of those participants who are eligible to use the city's clinic.
Then I'm content if that's the case. Thank you.
And that's something that moving forward, if we get to the point where we do make that change and we start to incorporate that into our costs, we'll make sure that that'll have to be an item that comes back to the board.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
So, Mr. Chair, let me follow up with that, because if there's already been an item approved by this body to permit the financial contribution for those who are eligible, would that be an item that's required to come back to the trust, or it would be an item that shows up on our financial reports?
Right. I don't recall that we've had an item that came forward that we would be agreeing to pay anything on this yet.
I think we'll need to look at the previous minutes, because I do recall us having an item, but that was during the time.
I think it
around
was
the
for
time that it was-
participation, to allow us to
It
have,
very
to
well may have
participate. I
been.
don't think there was any
I think it was
financial exchange.
participation.
Okay.
It include funding for the Opebt trust, any commitment, financial obligation of the trust for paying for the clinic. It's all coming through the MFA.
But we can look back on that and make
Yeah.
sure that there's not anything like that. And if that's different than what I've said, I will make sure we get something out to the board on that. Okay? So I've got a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Next item is discussion and consideration of any asset allocation changes. We don't have any of those this time. The last item we have is, or item 6, is ratify claims listing. All in favor? Any opposed? And then are there any reports or comments from trustees or staff? Bob?
I have just a quick comment. Last month, I believe, when we were discussing the quarterly report, Trustee Berry had a number of questions that she had asked of Doug, and he is still in the process of putting his responses together, so as soon as we get those, we'll provide those to the trust.
Okay. Thank you, Bob. Any other items? All right. Hearing none other, we are adjourned.
I trained him well.